My name is Marianne Barboza, and first I would like to thank Deborah Dagwan and John Clem for actually going knocking door to door and asking the people in the community when this last emergency happened what they need and not assuming and saying we're going to do it for you. But I don't want to end there because I am very angry, and not at the two of them, but everybody else, because I am so tired of this board and the so-called authorities in the community making the homeless, people of color, low income, special needs. We're not special needs. We're part of the community. And all of your actions and everything you do prove what I'm saying. Number one, if not, why is it, I understand it's Ms. Dagwan's precinct, but this was a situation that everybody on this board should have knocked on doors and been involved. If you really saw everyone as a community, then you would see there are many, many nice people living in that area. You would know that for yourself, but you choose not to. And if everyone's going to be involved in making a vote on that area, how can you make a vote if you don't know the area? The other thing is how you treat the homeless and the low income. You have a walkway to the water. You build up for the tourists to keep them safe and nice. You've got people on 28 and 32 risking and dying for years trying to cross the street. I know we cut the time down. I understand that because this board really doesn't want to hear from the community that's supposed to serve. I understand that. But they're risking their lives every day. But we're building it up for the tourists. How about putting a bridge so they can walk over? You build billions for a youth center for people that are supposed to be using it directly in the community. The smallest room in the building is the game room that is supposed to affect them. Okay? When I was on that board to help fight for that center, we were told there was going to be a roller skating rink. We'll do it, we'll do it. And then when the time came, they did what they did best. They lied and said, we don't have enough money.
Ms. Barboza, that's
I
time.
understand
Thank
you have 2 minutes, but this committee needs to stop making everything like a special project. The homeless, the poor, and everyone else, where we are the community. We're not special projects. And I know there's going to be a lot of face making. Save it.
I would like to just speak up about some of Ms. Barboza's comments. You know, there's personal responsibility that tends to get muffled in situations like this. There are two crosswalks within an eighth of a mile of each other. And if an individual chooses to split the middle of those walkways and not take advantage of a designed safety feature of that roadway, you know, we all make decisions every day. Some of us, if the posted speed limit is 55, we go 60 or 65, and we make that choice. We make that personal decision. And all I ask is that when someone makes a personal decision, that they stand up for their personal decision and take responsibility for it. Now, if we can create a overpass or walkway over or something like that, that's fine. But to, you know, yell at this council because, you know, we're not doing enough on a state road, I'm just quite honestly taken aback by. Because if an individual chooses not to take the extra 700 paces to walk up to the walkway, push the button, wait for the lights to stop traffic, and then proceed to the mall or back, that's their personal choice. And I'm fine with that, but that's a personal choice. Secondly, I'd like to say, as far as, you know, all of the counselors should have been out there for what she termed an accident. I'm not really sure I would term what happened an accident, but my neighbor out in my precinct was arrested with an arsenal of guns and knives and weapons, and nobody knocked on my door. No police chief came by my house to ask me how I was doing or the concerns for my family's safety. But somehow I'm supposed to go, you know, rushing to Hyannis, which isn't my represented area, to express concern. And I just, you know, this is a representative government that's set up so that we have a certain amount of population. It's not based on roads or the boundaries. It's based on population of what we represent. Now, when I vote on things, I do think of how it affects the whole town, and I have supported things that would help clean up the downtown and do nice things for the homeless and do things, but to, be castigated because, I don't feel as though things that happen outside of my precinct are my responsibility to ask the people in those precincts how they're doing. That doesn't fly with me.